Tonight on Top Gear, little cars that look like wardrobes.
Tonight on Top Gear, things with wheels from around the world.
Jason and Adrian test a host of small Asians.
Vicki tests 2 hot-headed Europeans.
And Tiff gets to grips with a big fat American.
Okay, we gave it our best shot, but not even Steven Spielberg himself could make these cars look attractive. But let's face it, they're not meant to be, are they?
Nice moves, Jace. And as for the car's agility, well, we're not talking drive of your life, are we?
These little darlings were born in Japan as K-cars, ultra-compact runarounds with less than 600cc. Their size means that over there they qualify for lower tax and lower tolls, but most importantly, you can buy them without already owning a parking space.
Not surprisingly, they proved a massive success, with the Suzuki Wagon-R becoming Japan's best-selling car. Soon the rest of Southeast Asia did what it normally does and followed where Japan led.
And so now we have a wide choice of small boxy cars that are unlikely to offer any driving enjoyment, beyond the knowledge that they're cheap to buy and even cheaper to run.
But the thing is, we love driving. We live for it. We want cars to be invigorating, exhilarating, enjoyable. And let's face it, you're never gonna take your mates for a spin in a Hyundai Amica.
Or impress the opposite sex in a Suzuki Wagon-R. But you might well laugh all the way to the bank in one, because if you're going to buy one of these cars, your main consideration is almost certainly going to be value for money.
But which contender offers the most for the least?
Let's get ready to rumble.
When it comes to value, the Matiz is unbeatable. The other 4 cars we've gathered for this test are left sulking in the shadows by this little chap.
At just under £6,000, the Matiz Extra is not only the cheapest of the group, but it offers the most extras, with immobiliser, twin airbags, power steering and a CD player fitted as standard. It's also the cheapest to run, is likely to retain its value better than any of the others, and offers 3 years free servicing. This has to be one of the best deals in any showroom in any country, anywhere in the world. And do you know what? It doesn't even look that strange either.
That's not to say our other 4 cars should be ignored. The Hyundai Amica, the Suzuki Wagon-R, the Daihatsu YRV, and the Suzuki Ignis. We may be in the featherweight league, but this lot are serious contenders.
First up, we have the Daihatsu YRV versus the Suzuki Wagon-R.
On price, there's nothing to separate these two. OK, the Wagon-R is the cheapest, but only by 50 quid. Dig deeper and the YRV's shortcomings are only too apparent. It's in Insurance Group 6, the highest of all our cars, and it's likely to be the most expensive to run.
The Wagon-R is only Group 3 insurance. It's cheaper to run. It's currently available with 0% finance. And when you discover that the Suzuki has almost doubled the YRV's load space for the same money, I'm afraid it's time to detonate the Daihatsu.
So, first blood to Suzuki. But how will the Ignis fare against the Hyundai Amica?
Well, on price, there's about that much between them. In fact, you'd have to be the most tight-fisted, most miserly of accountants to be swung over by the £78 you'll save by plumping for the Ignis. The Suzuki is a whisker under £7,000 to buy. The Amica, a smidgen over.
And as with all the other cars we've got here, both have 3-year manufacturer's warranty and 3-year breakdown cover.
The Suzuki Ignis looks like a good deal. Low insurance, low running costs, and 44 miles to the gallon.
But the Amica is cheaper to insure, cheaper to run, does 45 miles to the gallon, and is likely to hold its value better.
Did you know that Ignis is Latin for fire? Let's put it out.
So, we're down to 3 cars. Hyundai Amica, the Daewoo Matiz, and the Suzuki Wagon-R. Now, we've already established that the Daewoo is #1 for value.
But any monkey can build a cheap car. What we're interested in is cheap and cheerful, not cheap and nasty. We'll be back.
Arriving in Birmingham this morning to open the links, Mr. Peter Walker, the Secretary of State for the Environment. I declare this runway open! It appears that many drivers just can't wait to try out that multi-level interchange at Gravelly Hill. Well, a friendly word of advice. Know where you want to go and just follow the signs.
I answered a call here one day. It was a gentleman on the southbound in the area of Spaghetti Junction. And he says, am I on the right road for Blackpool? I said, no, sir, you're going the wrong way. You're travelling southbound. You should be on the northbound. Where did you start from? He says, I got on the motorway at Manchester.
Locals call it Spaghetti Junction, basically because I made a right bolognese of the whole affair.
Spaghetti Junction's an absolutely fantastic engineering structure. It's built over a canal, a railway, there's a river flows underneath it. It's phenomenal. But why this spot was actually chosen is totally beyond me.
Oh dear, if you pick the bad time of the day, you're going to be sitting there for about 3 hours trying to get about 20 miles.
When the structure was designed and built 30 years ago, people didn't envisage lorries as heavy as they are today. 44 tonnes are now running on the roads. This is one of the box girders here that we are strengthening because of the increased lorry loads. It's 34 metres long by 3.5 metres high. To do maintenance works, we have to go inside. In here, we will be strengthening in various locations the sides of the beam. Up above us, the M6 is full of traffic running away. The work's carried out here because it's one of the busiest sections of motorway in Europe.
They never stop repairing it from the time the damn thing's been built.
We have to keep traffic flowing as much as possible.
Hey, the Romans can build one that lasts 500 years. We can't build one that'll make 50 years.
Lane closures only ever happen at night time.
They're around there every year, jacking it up, building it.
Which causes problems for everybody, including all the guys that work here.
Must have cost us a bloody fortune.
Still to come on Top Gear.
Tiff in leather trousers on a Harley-Davidson.
Vicki in her element on the subject of hot hatches.
And Jason's in a dilemma on a dual carriageway.
Yeah, I really don't want to have to drive this car anymore.
This is the Caterham Roadsport SV for Top Gear viewers, not presenters, with a slightly fuller figure.
The Caterham 7 is a design which hasn't been touched for 43 years. It's as British as a Sunday afternoon war movie and a bona fide classic. All they've done is make the cockpit wider and longer so that fat people and tall people can enjoy it as well. But unless you were to see a lanky or a fatty driving it, you really wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Well, it'll probably be at a drive-through burger joint or something, but honestly, that's all. The SV comes with a whole range of engines, but kicks off with this, the 1.6 litre with 115 brake horsepower. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but team it up with a curb weight of just 575 kilograms, and you can pretty much guess what happens next. You know, strangely enough, I feel like a fighter pilot. Jerry, bandits, 1 o'clock. The acceleration is instant and addictive. It's such a buzz to drive a car that hasn't got turbo or something else doing the business. 0 to 60 is in 5.8 seconds, and the top speed of 120 miles an hour feels like Mach 1. I should imagine. Rear-wheel drive makes it a proper sports car. The rigid chassis makes it an interesting one, and the steering renders it unique. If you want to know what a race car feels like, drive a Caterham 7. It's as simple as that. Entering a 7 has always been a bit of an art form, so the new, wider body should make getting in an absolute doddle. Well, it should do. Amateurs. At least getting out should be easier. Go on, pull, pull. Bravo, sir. Lotus, the company which started the 7, have the modern-day interpretation in the Elise. Starting at £23,175, it's £4,000 more expensive than the Caterham 7, as is the new kid on the block, the Vauxhall VX220, which has all the skills, but none of the charm. Pie eaters and freaks unite with wing commanders and celebrate the wide-bodied Caterham 7 with 9 out of 10.
Hot hatches are fun. They're compact and bijou, but their price isn't necessarily so, especially this, the Seat Ibiza Cupra R. OK, it's one of only 200 being made, of which 75 are coming to the UK. Great news if you like to stand out from the crowd, as it's highly unlikely your neighbour will have one too. And although a slice of exclusivity usually does cost a bit more, a tenner short of 18 grand is a big pile of pesetas. This Ibiza is the first Seat to carry the R for racing tag, and it has all the bits to excite the lads and ladettes. 16-inch OZ alloys partly hide big vented discs, so stopping shouldn't be a problem. The track's been widened, the whole car sits lower than normal, and the suspension's been stiffened to boost handling. The Ibiza is starting to look a little old now. A facelift in 1999 saw it gain a corporate Seat front nose and a lovely boot handle, but it's not the freshest looking hatch on the block. Inside, these half-leather grippy seats and the bright dials do improve matters, and there are plenty of goodies in here. 4 airbags, air conditioning, electric windows, and these lovely red seat belts, which have obviously come from the MG Metro. And these were one of the main reasons why I bought my Metro back in the late 80s. I'm so sad. This Cupra R is a lot more polished than the MG though, and a lot more powerful. A grand total of 180 brake horsepower, combined with a turbo, gives this car a 0 to 62 time of 7.2 seconds and a top speed of 140. The engine revs fiercely and freely all the way to the red line, but be careful if you hit the gas too soon from the off, because there'll be an awful lot of torque steer. Cue traction control. It lacks the cornering poise of some of its contemporaries, but decent handling and a firm ride ensures that you don't get to your destination relaxed. However, at £5,000 more than the current hottest Ibiza, the Cupra, you can't help feeling you're being robbed. Which makes the revamped Renault Sport Clio look like a right good deal at £15,495. It's got a new front and rear, lower profile tyres and bigger 16-inch alloys. That's just about it on the exterior, apart from the fact that the Clio now has xenon headlamps as standard. Great for driving at night, but not so great if you smash one. They cost £200. The engine remains as before, a 2-litre 16-valve normally aspirated 172 brake horsepower unit that's as eager as a beaver. Accelerate hard and you'll get to 62 miles an hour, a fraction sooner than you would in the Seat. The front tyres don't scrabble around quite so much for grip either. A raughty exhaust tone accompanies the smooth power delivery, and you will have lots of fun once you head out of the city. Great grip and a well-balanced chassis make sure of it. And in true hot hatch style, this one isn't fitted with that driver aid known as traction control. The whole dash has been given a mature makeover, but I just wish that they'd have kept the old suede-like steering wheel. This one is far too cumbersome. The front screen has been vibration damped to increase acoustic comfort. That's noise reduction to you and I. It's also got a multi-stack CD stereo with steering column controls, automatic climate control, automatic wipers, automatic headlamps. Can't it drive itself? No. You'll want to do all that yourself because this is where the Clio excels. Not only has Renault delivered another fun package here, they've also given it a tempting price, which is a whopping £2,500 cheaper than the Seat. The Renault is superior to the Seat in many ways, and with all that cash you've saved, you could spend the rest of the year in the real Ibiza.
Harley-Davidson are the oldest motorbike manufacturer in the world. They're 98 years old.
You'd have thought with that sort of head start, they'd be at the cutting edge of bike technology. Well, I'm sorry, but they're not.
You see, Harley found themselves in a bit of a time warp. They had a successful formula and didn't dare change it. But fed up of being accused of having more show than go, they've decided to add some performance to their posing. Welcome to the future, Harley-Davidson style. This is the 1130cc, 115 horsepower V-Rod, the most important bike the Milwaukee company have ever built. Out with the old and in with the aluminium. If Harley-Davidson are to survive another century, then this bike needs to be a success. So, what's the famous company's vital key to survival? A radiator. Yes, after nearly 100 years, the fabled V-twin has been water-cooled to make it 21st century clean and quicker. It's a development of their superbike racing engine, and for production, it's been tweaked by Porsche, which sounds right up my street.
You really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night.
Porsche, of course, have already found that water cooling the 911 upset their diehards, and now they've dared to go even further by smoothing out the V-twin and robbing Harley riders of its trademark shake, rattle and roll.
But at least you now have a Harley with a red line at 9,000 RPM. Okay, you've still only got 5 speeds, and the first of those is pretty tall, making slow speed trickling a rather difficult affair. But once you're up and running, you can now outrun virtually any other bike on the road. This V-Rod has grunt with a capital G. Mind you, I don't know what they say the top speed is, but whatever it is, you'd never be able to reach it unless you've got forearms the size of Popeyes. At least with the long wheelbase layout, you haven't got the problem of the front wheel constantly trying to claw its way into the air. But the drawback of such a layout is usually rather lazy handling, but I find this V-Rod drops into the corners very neatly indeed. Of course, you're never going to get your knee down like you can on a sports bike, but you'll certainly get your heel down with this Harley, because its belly sits so low to the road that any sort of real active cornering finds the bottom of your foot scraping the tarmac.
The question is, are Harley riders ready for such modernity? Remember what they're used to.
If, like me, you're more used to riding a sports bike, then you won't find the Easy Rider layout as comfortable as it looks. I've discovered muscles in the small of my back I didn't know I had. And you'll need pretty long arms to ride this V-Rod. Not quite sure how short people get on at all. Well, I suppose after a day of high-speed cruising, your arms will soon stretch.
The V-Rod will cost about £15,000, £3,000 more than a top-of-the-range Ducati and about the same as a Mazda MX-5, which has a much comfier pillion seat. But neither have that boots in the breeze cool. It just remains to be seen whether or not the hardcore Harley aficionados accept the change to water cooling any better than the Porsche 911 fans.
It's the last item on Top Gear, and we're down to 3 funny-looking cheap little cars from Asia. The question is, are they tacky rubbish or quality bargains? Adrian and Jason, only you can decide. Car 1, the Suzuki Wagon R. Jason and Adrian are 20 minutes into their test drive, and they seem happy enough.
Vauxhall switchgear.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, do you know, I think we'll leave that to the viewers to decide. All 3.2 million of
You got a couple of cup holders?
Where?
They're going out now, aren't they, cup holders?
Where are they?
Down there, Moulded wells. Well, it's a bit squashed back here, but I can survive.
Can I go back a little bit more?
Go on, see what happens.
See
Go
what
on.
happens.
Whoa! See, I could just about hack this for one long journey, but I wouldn't like to do it regularly. I wouldn't like to be the person who's stuck in the back of here.
Whoa! Check out the throttle response.
All 1.3 litres.
It's a 16 valve and 3 to 4. It revs, you know, and you do have to keep the revs up to get the performance, such as there is. I do feel a bit silly in this though.
Do you?
Yeah. I remember feeling a bit silly the last time I drove one of these.
You shouldn't worry about it. You should relax.
Look, they've just been laughing, those people that drove past.
That's because they recognise you.
I mean, let's be honest, it's going to be environmentally friendly. It's going to be quite easy to park.
Yeah.
You could fit 5 people in it at a push. It's sprightly enough. As long as you're not doing 300-mile motorway journeys every week, you'll probably be all right. I mean, it would be good around town.
After 2 hours in the Wagon R, the boys decide to give car 2, the Hyundai Amica, a go, but they don't seem too impressed.
The Wagon R feels like more of a normal size car than this. This does feel as though it fell out of a Kinder Egg. I don't know how serious they would be about this car carrying 4 people around. I mean, they may even say 5. It's almost, I mean, I know I'm 6'3" and I'm not exactly posh spice, am I, when it comes to...
Not by any stretch of the imagination.
Tip of the scales, thank you. I'd even think posh spice would probably struggle, not that she would be seen dead in the back of a Hyundai Amica, of course, but you're not comfortable,
Well,
are you?
I'm uncomfortable by virtue of the fact that I can feel your knees in my back. And this seat is quite hard and small. I wouldn't like to do a motorway stint in this.
There's no excuse for something that looks willfully silly, is there?
Yeah, but the trouble is, someone thinks this somewhere in Korea thinks this looks nice.
1 hour into the drive and Adrian's had enough. He makes Jason take over at the wheel.
This is immediately unpleasant.
Yeah, it is. Very
It really
different,
is.
isn't it?
The engine's wheezing and straining. The controls feel... When I put my foot in the clutch, it feels as though I'm stepping into another county or something. It's kind of...
My right knee is wedged in between your seat, which you've selfishly put all the way back, and the window handle thing.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with this.
Yeah, I really don't want to have to drive this car anymore.
After only an hour and a half in the Hyundai Amica, Adrian and Jason are fed up and move to car 3, the Daewoo Matiz.
I have to say,
What?
this feels quite good.
I tell you what, this is my favourite dashboard.
Is it?
Yeah. Look at those blue dials, two-tone blue dials. I love them. It doesn't feel that sure of itself, the whole thing. But having said that,
yeah, it's very spacious.
really spacious. I could even afford to move forward a notch.
Go on then. Because then you'd be affording me almost limousine-like levels of legroom in the back.
How's that?
No, I mean, look, in all seriousness, a remarkably space-efficient car.
Isn't it? There's bags of headroom. How's your spiky bonnet getting on?
The old Sonic the Hedgehog hairdo is fine in here.
I mean, this does feel comfortable, apart from when you
hit a bump.
Yeah, when you think about the mechanical side of things, the ride on it is just appalling.
Yes, it's definitely on a mission to introduce us personally to every bump on the road, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, things are starting to wobble now. We're doing 45 miles an hour, and things are beginning to. I just can feel the steering wheel wobble in my hands. There's all these bits and pieces down here are all trembling. And that ride, you're right, every single bump is just being smacked straight back into the cabin.
Excellent. All the structural rigidity of a jelly as well.
After driving all 3 cars, Adrian and Jason have to decide which is the best buy, and the Hyundai Amica stands no chance.
I would feel embarrassed about driving this car, and I don't say that lightly. I wouldn't have it at that money, or even $1,000 less. So, should we get rid of it?
Yeah, sure.
Go. Right.
So, just 2 cars left, but the boys can't agree. Adrian loves the Matiz, while Jason wants the Wagon R.
How can you be taken seriously as a human being when you're driving around and someone that has a face like that? Just tell me that's the best of the 3 to drive.
We already agreed that. All these cars are, at the end of the day, a compromise. And if you're going to buy one of these cars that are cheap and not so cheerful, I would definitely buy the cheapest. And at $6,000, you do not get much more functional than the Daewoo Matiz. Am I right? Am I right?
All right, you're right.
1-0 Simpson, in your face, Barlow.
Don't get so smug, Simpson, because you'd be mad to go for any of the 3 of them when you could have this. Toyota Yaris, Adrian.
I agree.
£6,995 on the road. It's a proper car.
At a proper price, well built.
Looks good. Doesn't look as though it's fallen out of a chocolate egg. Doesn't look as though you'd hang it off a Christmas tree.
You'd happily drive out of the motorway?
Oh, quiet as a church mouse in the motorway. In fact, it's so good, Adrian. I think we should go up for a drive now. Next week on Top Gear, it's hurrah and huzzah for the British sports car.
What a scorcher! TVR's edgy Tuscan S.
And what was the point? Triumph's wedgy TR7.